So in last lecture we discussed your Newton-Raphson method, and the formula for Newton-Raphson method is your this one, x n minus fxn divided by f dash xn. Now by using your Newton-Raphson method we deduce further useful results. First result says your iterative formula for 1 by x. So 1 by x means we are interested to find the value of 1 by n iteratively using your Newton-Raphson method. So first we reverse this, and means we cross multiply, right? And in this can be written as your n is equal to 1 by x. So if shift v n right hand side, then it can be written as your 1 by x minus n, which is equal to 0. So this become your function. Left hand side become your function, or you say from this equation we assume your left hand side as your function fx. So if you assume your this fx, we are able to calculate your its derivative of fx, that is your f dash. So the derivative is your minus 1 by x square. So we have the Newton-Raphson formula, and we can put your these two value of your function and its derivative in this formula like this one. So it can be written as your xn, and f dash is your 1 by xn. Instead of x we are writing here xn, so it is 1 by xn minus 1 by n divided by, this can be written as your minus xn raised to power minus 2. So after rewriting this minus and minus become plus, and this power negative goes upside, that become x raised to power plus 2. If you multiply this inside, this give you a xn here and minus n xn square. So this xn and this xn become your 2xn and minus n xn square, that give you a, if we take xn common, this result. So this is your iterative formula for your 1 by n. So you may remember, but this is a one line result, so you can go through when you require this. You can, I think, drive this. It not take much time. So one question you may ask at this stage, sir, why we may cross multiply this at this stage? We may directly write here this x equal to 1 by n just by shifting your 1 by n to the left hand side. You may ask this, why not we can use this one? If you use this one, this is your fx. In this case, this left side is your fx, we say, and its derivative of this fx. If we use your this left hand side as your fx, in that case, your derivative of this f dash is your 1 only. And if now we put this in your function, what you get? X n plus 1, which equal to your xn. Fx is your xn minus 1 by n. divided by your derivative, which equal to 1 also. We can put this in your bracket. If you see clearly visible, this xn and this minus xn cancel out, this minus and this minus become plus, and we are left with your 1 by n only. Means nothing you get from the right hand side, you get this again your 1 by n. So this not work at this stage. That's why we cross multiply first, and we rewrite this x equal to 1 by n as your n is equal to 1 by x, right? So similarly we have more formulas here, that is your under root n, 1 by under root n, and kth root of your n. So in all these you just assume your x is equal to 1 by n, squaring both sides, shift n to the left hand side, we get x square minus n equal to 0. Kindly mute yourself, some sounds are coming. So fx is equal to x square minus n. We may assume this left side as your fx, and this derivative is 2x. To get the iterative formula, just put this in your Newton-Raphson formula. That is your xn minus function is your x square minus n divided by its derivative 2x. If we take LCM here, that is your 2x square and then minus x square, that is 2x square minus x square will give you x square only, and minus plus n divided by 2x square. 2 we may take outside, x square by x is your xn, and plus n by xn. So you get your iterative formula for your under root n. Similarly you can drive the same for your this 1 by under root n. So squaring both sides, just shift 1 by n to the left hand side after squaring. Assume this as your fx, derivative is your 2x. Just put in a formula, that is your x square minus 1 by n divided by 2x. Take the LCM at this stage, you get your this as your formula. So similarly you can do for this, try yourself. So by using this we have your some problem. Suppose we are interested to find your the value of your 1 by 31. So first this is constant value, this is not a function here. So in that case we first drive the function for this, which we already done for your, as we assume this as your x, so we already done for your 1 by n, or you can do in a one line, right? But we have already done, so I'm just picking that as a result, and which is your xn 2 minus n xn. So the Newton formula, or you can drive at this stage also, that is one line derivation only. So this is your xn 2 minus 31 xn. So we know that in the Newton-Raphson method or any your iterative method, first we check where your function having opposite sign. So in this case your n is your 1 by this, n is 31, so x is 1 by this. So just we can rewrite this here. So you just put arbitrarily some value here and check this function having opposite sign, so that we can calculate the root of this, right? Because we just need to find out the root of this. And also we already says in your this derivation, we first shift this or convert this into your 31 equal to 1 by x, and this can be written as your 31 minus 1 by x as your function derivation. We have done this. So you just put your some values here. If you put here smallest value 0, you don't put 0 here. We will put here 1, right? So when you put here your 1, so it give you something 30. If you put here 0, if you just put here 0, that is your infinite very large value, and this is positive, so that give you a minus infinity, right? So that is negative value. You may put here 0.1, doesn't matter, that is a small value, but you may put 0.1 here. So you may put any value you can think, right? So at your 0 you observe here your f0, you get here your minus infinity. That means major thing is that, you know, on the negative side we get some result, right? So your root, you may say at this stage is should lies between your 0 to 1. So you can put any value lies between 0 to 1. You can put here 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 0 0.01, 0 0.02, 0 0.03, whatever you think you can put. So here we have assumed that, or you just by using the calculator you can check 1 by 31 is nearly your 0.03. So you can just put start from this 0.03, because in Newton-Raphson method we require a single point, not the interval. So you can put your 0.03 here. So if you put 0.03 in the right hand side of this, that is your 0.32 minus 31 into 0.03, you get your result 0.0321. Similarly, again you can put this result in your right hand side of your formula. So yeah, that give you a 0.2, and similarly 0.3. If you see, these two values are equal up to your nearly 4 decimal places. So which is your required result. Similarly for the under 5, so you require to drive that formula first, right? And we know that the under 5 can be written as your x square, sorry, x is equal to under 5. If we square both sides, that is x square is equal to 5, and x square minus 5 equal to 0. So if you put here 2, if we put here 2, it is 4 minus 1, that is negative. We assume this left side as your function. And if you put here 3, that give you a 3 square 9 minus 5 is your 4. That is negative and positive value lies between your here 2 and 3. So you can put any value lies between 2 and 3. You may start with 2, you may start with 3, you may start with 2.1, 2.3. Whatever you think you can put. And the formula we already drive for this, which is your xn plus 1 is equal to 1 by 2 into xn plus 5 by xn. So just put here x naught is equal to 2 in a formula. You get first value 2.25. Again, substitute this on the right hand side. We get the 2.2361. Again, if you put the, we get the nearly same result up to 4 decimal places. So which is your final result for the under root 5. Hope so you remember directly this value, that is 2.235 is your under root 5. We normally use this. So similarly, you can try remaining questions here, that is your this one and this one. So this is your Newton-Raphson formula application, we may say. So I am stopping here, right? Today we discuss only Newton-Raphson formula. So you can try these questions if you like. And one important thing, in every question you can apply any of these methods. Only if your derivative of function is very small, we avoid your Newton-Raphson formula. So in this, we also apply your bisection method, regular falsi method, or which is also called false position method. So in every question, it's better you can try your more than two method or three method on a single question that give you a idea how fast you get the result in which method and which method is better, right? So another thing I already told you, in case of your trigonometric problem, a function involving your trigonometric function, you like to shift your calculator first in your radian value. So you all calculation you require in your radian quantity only, right? So kindly do that first. Before using your calculator, you shift the calculator on your radian quantity. Then you can try these questions. That is particular, you have to consider this. If you go in a radian, simple thing, x is your radian value, tangent should be in a this x is radian, so this should be also radian, obvious. We never use this is as radian and this is a degree. So this is radian quantity, so not we are not use your degree, right? So if we have the degree value, we can convert that into a radian quantity also, right? So in these all units should be same, we may say. So we work our calculation for the radian value only. That I already discussed in previous lecture, how you can use calculator for radian value. So okay, I am stopping here today. Thank you so much.